Hi, I'm Janelle. I'm working adult for the past many years, and I had a lot of journey experiences going on before I joined CYM. And I was looking into counselor because I had a burnout from work. I had a lot of stress. I wasn't feeling like myself for a long time, for 2 years, and I started to look for counselor therapies to help me find out what was exactly wrong with myself, like why am I repeating some of the old habits of in the bad relationships and all that. And then I actually went to look for, I started with company's employee assistance program to look for therapist, counselor. And then subsequently, I also looked into private practices that is available in Singapore. And it was very hard to find someone that can really understand me or that I can communicate with. I had a few that go on for 1 or 2 sessions, but it didn't really bring out a lot of the root cause that I want, and the connection. And subsequently, I found a psychologist, yes, and I had been with her for 20 sessions before I joined CYM. And last year, April, almost halfway through 12 sessions, it was during the session that she finally diagnosed me with depression, which I was really glad that someone was able to actually tell me that I was actually in a condition. So from then on, I was very much happy in a way that I finally found out the condition, and I want to work on it so that I will reduce the reliance on the counselor and also the medication to help me overcome this condition. And for for the rest, it was with this counselor every 2 weeks, 1 hour session. And I remember one of the session when it goes over the hour and I was in the midst of crying. I was actually have to leave the room and cry on my own. So that was, I find a bit pathetic for myself that, I was actually going through a very emotional bit, but I still have to cut short that because it's by hour. So that was that one bit that I was there's something lacking. So I want to look for this support outside of the therapy sessions that I can be independent. Finding the diagnosis is one thing, but being able to be to handle this on my own for the rest of my life is the solution that I want to look out for. And during this session with the psychologist and all that, I still had 2 episodes of major episodes of the I would say breakdown really bad. And so that was when I asked my friend, a very close friend of mine who has been supporting me, how did you do it? How did you maintain yourself? Because of her work that she gives a lot of energy to people, and then she's able to recover and be herself again and still be very happy, even though her work is also as stressful and very tiring. So I asked her, and then she told me about CYM. And at that time when she told me a few times, but I didn't catch it. But by the time I was already at rock bottom. I was actually I decided to end my life at that point in time, and I really give up on all the things I've tried. I've done so many things, but I'm still meeting with that rock bottom. And that was when she suggested me to really go for CYM. And I was like, why not? I have already tried so many things. What is the next thing that I cannot try? And she swear by it that it's going to be very different. I just said, okay, let's try. And indeed, after when I was attending CYM, other than the support that I have received, when Gary, the trainer, I remember one session when he said that, Janelle, don't try to laugh it off. Just open your heart and receive the love. It hit me right on that spot that I think the psychologist took almost a year to find out that laughing was my coping mechanism. Gary hit it right on the spot in that workshop that I don't know how to receive love. And also during one of the moment when Lillian, she's an angel, I also had that episode which I really broke down. I couldn't control. I freeze in that situation. I don't know how to handle. I fall to the ground, but there was someone who just flew to me and just hug me, hug me from behind and tell me that everything is okay. And that was when I feel really, really safe in the CYM workshop. And that was something that I didn't, when I needed it in the psychologist session that I mentioned before. That was actually, as I was crying, so feeling so scared, there was a voice behind me that say I am safe, I am loved and all that. And that was when I realized that this whole CYM session is really another level of a workshop that is so unusual. And when I get my head around of all these things, I realized who was it, which is the angel that they call it, that they are really angel, someone that is looking out for each and every one of us. And during the workshop also, everybody is given the chance to take their time to, I would say, pour out their wounds, open up and all that. And it's really leave no man behind, which is, I don't see that in any workshop that I know of. I've never seen anything, anyone would do that with the angels that, looking out for each of the participants, everyone, and having a trainer who's so spot on my issue that my psychologist took 1 year to find out. And all the things that Miranda covered or that she mentioned inside was actually what I have gone through with the psychologist over a year of therapy sessions. So when I was in the CYM, I just find myself like, wow, this is exactly what I'm doing. This is what I need and all those things. And after CYM, there is the WhatsApp group, support group. And I am still in that WhatsApp group, and the batch of the people that I was with, there are some of us that actually still connected with each other, supporting each other, and the angels are still with us. And I think that is the best part of this whole program that I unexpectedly pay for at a very good price, that I find that it's worth more than what I've paid for. And I think they are worth more than what is that amount. And with that support that I have, I was able to actually go back to my psychologist and tell her with confidence that I have found my support group. I have my plans moving on forward. I am able to manage my emotions. I didn't let my emotions control me anymore. I think these 3 main key points is what gave my psychologist the confidence also to sign me off in our last session. And of course, I will still go for therapy because I think it's a very healthy way to talk to a professional. I'm not going to stop that, and I have a relationship with that psychologist, so I will still go back once in a while. But I think the main point is the ability that I was looking for, which is on my day-to-day. What are the things that I can do to support myself before I can reach out to a professor who goes by the hour and I have to book appointment in advance. And I think the content in CYM actually provide me with the tools to support myself on a day-to-day basis or even to the hourly, because I have the WhatsApp support group with the angels, with Wan Yi, the trainer. Everybody is inside to support me, and I no longer feel the loneliness and the support that I have. So yeah, it's an ongoing thing. So that's why I think for the price I paid, I think I paid more than the worth, and I am returning it now with good karma. Yes, and the medication, I have also stopped the medication. Okay, so after I attended the CYM in February, and I had another 2 sessions of the therapies, because like I take time to absorb, and then try out all the process. And then I went for my regular session with the psychologist. And after that, I was able to schedule a longer downtime, because previously it was every 2 weeks I had to go back because I needed it so badly to manage my emotions. But after CYM, I was able to drag it from 2 weeks to 4 weeks to 2 months. And I was like, after 2 months, yes, so 2 months, I was able to just have 1 session each. And the last one that I had was 2 weeks ago. We were able to really have an open date, as in I can go back anytime. I don't need to follow up, that kind of 2 weeks interval. So after CYM, I only had 2 sessions, and I was able to reduce my dosage for the medication, and subsequently finishing it off a few days ago, and I totally don't need medication now. Yeah, it gave the confidence to the doctors with what I have that I've gotten from CYM is what I told the doctors. I even shared with the doctors what I'm doing from this course, and they really, I won't say they endorse, but they would agree that it's a very good way of processing the emotions that we have. And we know that the wounds are never going to go away. There is always new wounds coming in. We are always healing. We're not totally healed. And that's why the tools that I learned at CYM it's very, very useful that I decided to advance further into the Ultimate Transformation course, the UT as well, and finding a lot more about all the tools that I can use to continue to live my life with, rather than be relying on medication or the professionals who won't be able to be with me 24/7. But the skills and the tools that I've learned from CYM and the UT has provided me tremendously. I have to use the word tremendously because before I won't be able to actually process all of this on my own. And with the support that I'm getting and the tools, I am very confident that I can get through any downtime that I have. Thank you.